welcome to the Love Dr. Pamela Smith Show. Thank you for joining me as we talk another night about love and relationships and have this lingerie life that we're going to enjoy to help you get your relationship to the next level. So thank you for being a part of the Love Dr. Pamela Smith. You know how I do it. I like to speak to all my singles, my daters, my lovers, any couples, married, it doesn't matter. We're talking about ways that's going to help you with your relationship. So thank you for joining me. Now, you see what my topic is about. My topic is you need to have sex topics and sex talks with your mate, your potential mate. You all have to have a conversation about sex. Are you having that conversation? And a lot of us are not having it. What's happening to the lack of discussions? Well, we're not talking about sex before we enter into a relationship with someone, or before we lead into the act of sex. We're not having that next level conversation. And it's so important that we have that type of conversation with our mate before we get into the act of sexual intercourse. And here is why. You have to avoid the awkwardness that you may have with someone in the moments of your getting to know them. And this a lot of time happens in a lot of our relationships, that we do not go into having conversations with our mate about our desires, our preferences, our sexual past. We don't do any of that, and it's a good way that you should do that to get started. A lot of time what we're finding, especially this is what the women are saying, is that the men are just diving right into the act of sex. And of course you all do that because you want to know if this woman really like you or care about you. And I talked about that before, that that's just something you're dealing with on an individual situation, and your feelings for that person is just totally different. But here's what happens when you're not even talking about the discussion of sex before you have the actual act of intercourse. You have no idea if I have sexual fantasies, or if I have fetishes or desires. And you should ask, because I may be into bondage. You may be into the bondage. I may be a queen dominatrix and you never asked me. You see what I mean? You know, I may be so into the pleasure of masturbating myself and you never ask. I may like porn and you never ask. I like toys. Those are just a few of the things that you would ask about. What do you like in the bedroom? What are your bedroom interests? And you should have these type of, sex conversations, because it is important to understand what we're getting into. Here's one of them that we really never even really talk about, and this is one I was saying was really a major issue, was the sex health question. If you're entering into a relationship with someone, you should definitely be asking, have you had any issues in the bedroom? Have you had any issues with any type of, like for instance, preventive medicine, or taking any birth control pill? Do you like wearing a condom? Why you don't like wearing a condom? When was the last time you had a test? And you should be asking all those things before you enter into a sexual relationship with someone. And we just go right into it because we think it doesn't matter. We think, oh, I don't need to have that kind of conversation. I'll have that conversation if I decide to have a serious relationship with this person. And that's a big major mistake, because you have no idea what a person's sexual past may be, or what they may have experienced. Be it, we could talk about sexual history, like STDs. Have you do you have any of those major STDs? And when I talked about you're going to the doctor, when was the last time you took a major full-blown STD test? Have you taken that kind of test? See, we don't even have those type of conversation. We just go straight into the act of sex and know nothing about this individual because we think that's what we need to do to see if this person like us, or we just want to fulfill our needs. And as I talked before, you just want to get into fulfilling or even just knowing what this person feels like. You just got to get into it now. And that is that is the most uncomfortable act that we can experience getting into a relationship. And we've all done it. We did it when especially when you're younger. That's the last thing y'all having a conversation about. You don't even think about that when it is so important to have that type of conversation. You are thinking you're having an uncomfortable conversation. And if you're unable to truly reveal your desires, your likes, your past, then you shouldn't have sex with that person because you have no idea what they have experienced, and you may know nothing about how to handle that person. You may know nothing about what to do, and I'm saying this and having this conversation because people will come across, and I've had this come across where this person is a swinger, and I'm not a swinger. So if I'm not a swinger, you and I are not going to work out. And I got that information because I asked, what and tell me what you like. I'm not into swinging. So if I'm not into swinging and that's what you like, then that's not the type of relationship you should go into. I don't need to experience what you're like in the bedroom. I don't need to know how the sex is because I already know you let me know that you like to swing. So why would we go forward within a relationship that is just not going to work because I'm not going to do that type of act? You see? And this is why it is so important that you need to know that. Because if you don't, how are you fulfilling someone's needs? It's just the same as someone having a fetish. If you have no idea that this person has toe fetish and they use your toes for the excitement of their sexual act, how are you having a relationship with someone that you say, well, my toes are ugly and I don't want you to see my toes and therefore I can't satisfy? Okay, then don't go into that relationship. You see where I'm going? You've got to know what a person likes. You have got to know what are your sexual desires and needs that you like to have fulfilled for yourself and for someone else. Okay? So I hope the information I gave you will help you. We'll talk some more about sexual topics that's going to help you in the bedroom and make this conversation comfortable for you so that you can go forward and be comfortable with talking to the potential mate that you are seeking to bring into your life. Okay? So you've been with the Love Dr. Pamela Smith. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you continue to subscribe and like. And I love my comments. I do answer back if you have any questions. I thank you for that. Don't forget to put your notification button on so you don't miss my shows and keep up with all that we're talking about when it comes to love and relationship. So thank you for joining me. And remember, if you are single, be patient. Love is always there. Just be patient. If you're in a relationship, what I say, you gotta keep it but about peace, joy, and happiness. Okay? So thank you for joining the Love Dr. Pamela Smith. I'll be back again as we talk more what? Love, love, love.